I have a real problem. Hello everybody, Adam with Hyposphere Media, and today you're tuning into a long-form video going over a lot of pickups over the past 2 months or so. Now, ideally these videos will be 10-15 minutes in the future, and we'll do these on more of a consistent weekly basis, but things happen, and I wasn't able to do that. So today, you're going to see me take some time and go over a lot of pickups over the past 2 months or so. Some of these go back a little bit further than that, but it's best that I just get this out of the way and get it done, right? So let's just get it started. Again, if you are watching, thank you so much. You may want to just fast forward this video when you see something you like, because I will stop and talk about some of these things. This long form video isn't for everybody, but for those who do want to watch, I appreciate it, because this allows me to grow my channel. This allows me to show off my love for all things physical media. And yes, I know what y'all are thinking. I have changed the view, and yeah, that's my father. That's him. That's literally him. That's his art. He stays in here with me, so don't let that take you out of the moment. That is indeed an urn with remains in it. So let's go ahead and get started. I will tell you where most of these came from. There is no rhyme, reason, or order to anything that I do in my life, including this. So when I talk about these things, it will be just in real time and when I pick up. I have everything that you see in the thumbnail, everything that you saw in the beginning stacked up next to me. But first, let's take a look at a pickup I got off of eBay. Now, some of you have seen this show. This is really cheap to pick up on eBay. Highly recommend you get it. This was the first show, I wouldn't say the first reality show that I liked that I love, but it's the first reality show that I liked that I actually tuned in week to week. If anybody remembers Paramount TV before it became Paramount, it was Spike TV. You remember the show that really got Spike its audience for a long time. This is the Joe Schmo Show. There are 2 seasons of this. I have not picked up the first season, but if you have not seen the first season, essentially it's about a guy who is the joke. Everybody is in on this show. This show does not exist. The premise of this show does not mean anything but to fool this guy into thinking that he is on a real reality show. It is phenomenal. If you have not seen this, it's well worth the pickup. This is the full season. And as you can see, you have the little thin disc deals there. Don't care for those too much, but it's still worth having. I highly recommend picking this up if you have not seen it. I believe most of the episodes are online, but I wanted the uncensored release, and believe me, there are deleted scenes, and this is uncensored. So my wife had not seen this yet. As soon as I found out that she'd never heard of it, I was a bit shamed that I hadn't even mentioned this in the meantime. It's been many years since this came out. This is probably, 20 years old? 2003, my God. Okay. Okay. So this is season 1 uncensored of the Joe Schmo Show. And again, no rhyme or reason as to why I'm going into these like I do. Let's go into another show. This show was one of the best overall series that I have ever watched. And I'm not breaking news when I say that. It is legitimately good. And when you look it up on IMDb, if you have not seen it, you know that I am not in the minority. I've said that twice now. Why? This is the Blu-ray of Succession. The price went down tremendously on this. I decided to pick it up when it went down, I want to say 2 months ago. Kieran Culkin, Sarah Snook, they were all fantastic in this. But I think Brian Cox's work in this as the curmudgeon old man. This is about a family who is trying to position themselves to take over the company that they all work for. And it is so good. This is the Blu-ray set. Again, I have not even opened it yet, as you can see. You can find this at a really good deal if you watch on Amazon, eBay. Add it to your list. You will be alerted when the price goes down. But I highly recommend watching this, even if you don't purchase the full series. Highly recommend you watching this. Try and get the glare off. Again, this is Succession. This is an awesome show on Blu-ray. This was kind of hard to find. For a while, this disappeared. This was a Walmart, I think, exclusive at one point. And then it just, my Walmarts here in Northeast Florida don't know what physical media is. We get physical media, but we don't get a lot. We never saw this in person. So when I saw this pop up on Amazon, and it was actually like 20 bucks, this thing was going for like 60, 80 bucks on eBay, and I wasn't going to pay that. When I saw it appear on Amazon, I grabbed it. This is Keanu Reeves in Constantine. This is a World of Demons type movie. It's been a while since I've seen this one. I do expect to dive into this again soon, but I wanted this steelbook. It looks amazing, as you can see. It looks really good. Keanu Reeves, love him. Obviously, John Wick really kind of got his career back on track. But I'm a Keanu Reeves fan from Bill and Ted all the way up to Speed. Speed is the one movie of his that really just wound me up and made me go deep dive into all of his stuff because I watched it as a kid. So this is the steelbook of Constantine, the movie. Okay, what are we going to do next? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do next. We're going to stay on the steelbook route. And look, I have not seen this yet, but I love the monsterverse, as you would call it, that really has kind of come about recently. And this is the Wolfman movie that just came out. This is the steelbook. We like that. I haven't seen this yet, but I know I'll love it. It's essentially a modern take on, again, the monster-type movies back in the day. I've heard great things about this. Cannot wait to watch. There's your look at the steelbook. Again, still in its cover. Keep the bad things outside. The things I tell myself at night, too. But yes, this is Wolfman. Cannot wait to dive into this one as well. You're going to hear me dive into a lot of stuff today. So this was a Why Not pickup, and I've actually wanted this for a while. Twice Love on Whatnot does some amazing physical media auctions. Highly recommend them. There's a lot of people on Whatnot that do great jobs, and I have no problems giving people credit where credit's due. But this one just kind of came up out of nowhere. I was keeping an eye on an auction one day, just kind of looking what was coming, and I'm a huge music fan. In fact, I think with physical media in general, music, records, vinyl, same thing, records, vinyl, CDs, I think that we have to keep all of that alive, and I think there's something to be said to be able to turn on either a movie in the background, which I actually have on one right now, which I might show you when I'm done, might not, don't know. But I'm actually, I always have something on. This is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame live set that Time Life put out. I think there might be more than one of these. I don't really know. I could have swore there was, but this here, and you'll take a look at this, is all of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame live performances. Not all of them, of course, but as you can see, there's all the discs. This is my cup of tea. A lot of folks don't watch concerts, but I do, because I think there's something special about watching these musicians perform in front of an audience in real time. You hear things in songs and in performance that you do not hear. One of my favorite bands of all time, Rush, Neil Peart. One day I'm just going to do an episode on music. But watching Neil Peart and Rush and Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson perform, anytime I can watch them, these three men do the amazing things they do in real time, it astounds me. So cannot wait to dive into this. This is the Time Life release, which again, as you know, I don't think Time Life really does much of this, if at all anymore, of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum live performances. Ding dong, we're back at Steelbooks. So, and again, this is a brand new movie. When I buy movies unwatched, and I buy movies as a blind buy, they have to tick certain boxes for me. And this did. I look at the description, I kind of look at feedback from folks that I value, and this was another one. This is Flight Risk. Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, him and his Funky Bunch are fantastic. I like his films. He's funny, but he plays a really good, serious actor. And from what I've seen, this is suspenseful as all heck. Just came out recently. The steelbook looks real good, as you can see. Try and get that glare off there because we have our light over here. We have lights. I want you to be able to see us. So, Flight Risk on 4K. Cannot wait to watch this. Some of these will be featured in a Monster in a Movie coming soon. If you have not watched my latest Monster in a Movie, when I say latest, maybe a month or two back, we're catching up. You should. We looked at Looker, and Looker was fantastic. So, Flight Risk, Mark Wahlberg. This came in yesterday, and by all means, I pre-ordered this 2 or 3 months ago. Apparently, it's been hard to come by. Some of the folks on this app have not been able to get this. I am blessed to have this. I'm blessed that it came. I'm blessed that Amazon shipped it in a paper mailer that, for whatever reason, it didn't get damaged. But this is the phenomenal Tombstone. 8.2 on IMDb doesn't mean a lot, but it tells you that people love this movie, and I do too. The story of Wyatt Earp obviously trying to get out of the shooting business, the OK Corral sequence, all of that's here. I'm not going to spoil it, but Tombstone, Arizona, Tombstone, this is a phenomenal movie. I'm going to say that you're going to hear these words and you're going to be like, stop saying that word. I can't. Okay, I don't know how. So when you watch this, let me know what you think. I've heard the 4K on this is great. Let me know your thoughts. This is the steelbook of Tombstone. So this came probably a month or so ago. I actually opened this. So I was going to watch it one day. I got distracted like a goldfish. Didn't come back to it. Maybe we'll do that soon. George Segal in The Terminal Man. When you ask me, who is George Segal? If you don't know George Segal, let me tell you how I would describe George Segal. George Segal was the father who appeared to be 80 at the time when I watched it on Look Who's Talking with Kirstie Alley and the fantastic John Travolta. That is George Segal. So that's how I knew George Segal. But I can tell you that George Segal in this movie, if I'm not mistaken, I have not seen this yet. This is about a gentleman who, and you see me kind of glancing at the back to make sure I'm not making an absolute fool of myself. This is a gentleman who undergoes a surgery for seizures and comes out, and he has blackouts that turn him into a maniac from time to time. He's a good guy with a crossed wire or two. Again, if I believe this is, yes, Michael Crichton, based on a book of not Michael Crichton. I talked about Michael Crichton in the Looking Monster in a movie I did. Michael Crichton is my jam. He's my guy. I like him a lot. So when I saw this had to do with Michael Crichton, it was based on a novel he did, I picked it up. This is the overseas release. This has a Region B Blu-ray in it, so just keep that in mind. If you buy this, it is Region B. I do have that, the region-free Blu-ray player. So a friend of mine on here says, JeffMan316, the carpet does not necessarily match the drapes, but it can if you want to. It does have the interchangeable slip. It has the poster art in it. I love all that. So again, Terminal Man by Arrow. By the way, I noticed you noticed these up here, these 10 signs. They're marked down in most Walmarts. Bloody disgusting. I post on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I will let you know if I see any deals. But they are, I think, $10 now from the $25 that they wanted. Highly recommend you get those. You might be able to see them, maybe. Yeah, right there, there, and there. Yeah, there. So highly recommend picking those up and find them. Moving right along, this was a release that came out, gosh, I want to say this came out a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken. Jeff Fahey and Body Parts 4K. Kino Lorber does amazing work, as always. Let's move over so you can actually see what the man is talking about. Kino Lorber has some amazing releases. Again, back to the idea of some cross lines. It's about a gentleman who apparently has an arm from a serial killer, and it kind of does what it will do whenever you're an arm from a serial killer. So I can tell you, this right here is the cheese and the just story that I am into, that I want to watch. I mean, who doesn't want to watch an evil arm go to bat for itself? I think I even have the severed arm back there too. So we like evil body parts in this house. This is Body Parts. Yes, I did purchase this before it got pulled. No, I'm not selling it for $100. This is the 4K of Daylight. I had this on pre-order. It came from Orbit right before they pulled it. Very glad to have it. I remember thinking this was a movie, but I love Sylvester Stallone, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. I have opened it, so I'm not reselling it. This will be out one day. If you have it, hold on to it. Fine. If you want to make money, I'll do that too. But just note that this will be out one day. Kino Lorber, again, they said that they pulled this for the time being for whatever reason. I think it was some deals with some extras, but I do have Daylight on 4K. This was a movie that I watched a lot growing up on Cinemax. I watched it because, to me, there's just something 80s about some movies, right? There's some movies that are just 80s, like 80s. Just everything about it is something you would see in the 80s. And this one here is a movie that, again, Joyce Heiser in Just One of the Guys. This was a Blu-ray that was on my wish list for a long time. I finally pulled the trigger about 2 months ago. I just remember watching this as a kid thinking, that girl has short hair. She looks kind of like a boy. Whoops. She's not a boy. She's a girl. This is, again, everything about the 80s. This is about a girl, as you can tell, who plays like a boy to try to prove that sexism is alive and well and wants to play football. So most of y'all have seen this. If you have not and you want to relive the 80s classics that are movies like this, make sure you pick up Just One of the Guys. 4K release. This came out a few months ago. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Directed by Michael Mann. Fantastic movie. Thief. Criterion Collection. Thief reminds me of... I almost picked up After Hours at the same time. I was about to pick up the Thief Blu-ray, but I saw this was coming out. And again, when I talk about just classics, rest in peace. Rest in peace, James Caan, who was fantastic, obviously, in Elf. But this is another just 80s classic noir type film. Thief. I've got it on 4K, got it on Blu-ray. Look it up. I highly recommend this movie. What other goodies do we have? Well, okay, we're going to hold off on that. This literally just came in a few days ago. Again, the price jumped down. I have not seen this, but when you look at this movie by Synapse, you think, my gosh, how have I not seen this? Because when I think horror movies, when I think Synapse, I do not think of this movie. I've heard of this movie, but I don't think of it. This is Prom Night, a Synapse Films release with the classic horror actor Jamie Lee Curtis. Obviously, we know her very well from the Halloween franchise, and obviously she's done a lot more than that. She was just fantastic in so many movies, but we know that great horror actor Leslie Nielsen. I bought this to see Leslie Nielsen in a horror movie, to be fair. And most of y'all have seen this, I'm sure. This is, again, Region A Synapse release. I cannot wait to watch this. It's funny because when they advertise this on the back, they have Jamie Lee Curtis, the Halloween film series, and Leslie Nielsen, The Naked Gun and Airplane. Something is not the same as the other. We'll see. I've heard a lot of great things about this film. I've heard this is funny. I've heard this is good. Jeff N316, again, I'll shout him all day. He's fantastic. Watch him on YouTube. Promise you, you will not turn back when you start binge watching his films. But he talked about this. He did a review. There is, I believe, a spoilers-free option. I may be wrong. But Hard Eyes just came out a few weeks ago. Hasn't been out for very long. Again, something about I'm a horror fan. This ticked some of the boxes that I looked for. There's not a lot of Valentine's Day killers. We know that there is obviously, Valentine's Day and all that. So I can't wait to watch Hard Eyes. We're going to get moving here on some of these. This came out, these two here were Orbit DVD pickups. That was Amazon, by the way. Again, going back to what we know of the 80s, career opportunities, fantastic. John Hughes, who's done so many great films. He's done, I believe he did Mr. Mom. I know he's done just a who's who. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. When you think of those movies, you think of this type of movie. Career opportunities on 4K. It is a comedy. This is him. This is a gentleman who's an underachiever going after the overachieving girl, and you can imagine hilarity will ensue. Again, another fantastic release by Kino Lorber. career opportunities on 4K. I don't remember a lot about this movie, but I can tell you based off the fact that I love anything he's in, I will love this as well. Another Kino Lorber release from Orbit Video, Orbit DVD, Foul Play. This is legitimately, if not one of, maybe the first starring role that Chevy Chase had. And Chevy Chase is obviously legendary. You're going to get more of Saturday Night Live Chevy Chase, I believe, in this one. It's been a long time since I've seen this, but Chevy Chase, Goldie Hawn, I actually had the DVD of this I picked up for $2. And I don't even know, I think the disc had disc rot or something. So this is going to be fun. So glad we're getting some of these on Blu-ray 4K. This is the 4K of Foul Play. All right. This is a recent release. I love, and most people will attack me for saying this, I love Blumhouse, however you will say it. This was a great movie, and now that it's here in 4K, I cannot wait to take it in. This is The Hunt. So again, back going to this particular type of a little bit of comedy, a little bit of not. I hear there's some funny moments in this. I have only seen parts of it. I don't remember this being a specifically funny movie, but I remember seeing some moments in it and I'm like, huh, that happened. So I'm glad to have it. I had the Blu-ray. This was a 4K purchase. Can't wait to watch it. So again, The Hunt in 4K. Comment. Let me know if I'm passing over something and not giving it its due diligence. Please let me know. A lot of these were blind buys, admittedly. So keep in mind that whenever you see these. Oh my God, I still got a lot to go. Let's bundle up here and show you a few here. So these are my A24 pickups recently. I've got Baby Girl and The Brutalist. I've heard fantastic things about both of these movies. I am an A24 guy. I enjoy A24. I have another A24 in here somewhere, which we'll discuss in a moment. But these types of releases are so nice. I love Nicole Kidman. I think she's a very talented actress. And I don't know a lot about The Brutalist, but I've seen so many people talk good things about him. You'll hear me say that a lot, because I do value the opinion of my audience and the folks that I watch on YouTube, which mid-level media, so good. Cinefessions, Brandon with Cinefessions, so good. And speaking of, here's my other A24. Me and the wife picked this up at a Barnes & Noble. Love Lies Bleeding. I picked this up because this was pretty good price, and to be honest, this kind of helps me complete my A24 selection. If you don't have this, or if you do have this and you watched it, give me some feedback. I haven't seen this yet. Hope that's just a booklet. We don't know yet. We'll find out. This was a $7 pickup on Whatnot. $7. Kayla on Whatnot. Stranger Things Series 1. This is designed like the VHS. These were sold at Target at one point. This is a Blu-ray, and again, you know the later seasons the prices are all jacked up. Maybe one day we'll get the full series, but really wanted this because of the old school design. It literally still has a $14 sticker on it from a place called Dirt Cheap. Don't know where that is, but I may just keep this in the packaging just because of how vintage all of that looks. I love it. So this is Stranger Things. Can't wait for the last season. And again, another 4K that was released, the 4K of Don't Torture a Duckling. So you may or may not know Lucio Fulci, all about him. One of the best Italian directors, not just horror, but overall. Giallo, just so good. Don't Torture a Duckling in 4K. I've heard this looks fantastic. We've got it in the collection. There it is. Okay. So we go Giallo, and now we go 60s time travel, which I love anything time travel related, y'all. I love anything. I love classic TV. I love time travel. I love Twilight Zone. I literally have it on all the time. Pluto has a fantastic channel for it. Irwin Allen's The Time Tunnel. If you have not seen the Time Tunnel TV show, it is out there. I binged watched it, I think, on Amazon Prime at the time. But this is so much fun. These gentlemen have a time tunnel, and they're sent back to stop things. Like time travelers would, right? And again, this is the overseas release. I think this is B. I'll have to confirm, but I think this is a UK release. So yeah, this is a B region. But for all of y'all who have there is a US release for this. But if you have the region free Blu-ray player, buy this. You won't regret it. I don't remember exactly how much I paid this, but this is the full series. I read up 30 episodes. This didn't get renewed because of some stupid reason, like Twilight Zone didn't get renewed because of I think it was something to do with that I want to say it had a lot to do with the way Rod Serling viewed the world at the time. So we were robbed of such good shows because people just didn't agree with each other. Amongst the other things that I collected, you might be able to see, it's back there. I don't know if you can see it, but I love Second Sight films. Second Sight releases are one of the best things you can find. This is Frontiers. I have not seen this, but again, it checks the boxes. This is supposedly a pretty visually stimulating film, shocking in a sense. And I like that. I mean, look, this has Nazi cannibals in it. How do you not like Nazi cannibals? In fact, cannibals in general, they're disgusting, but they're cannibals. Nazi cannibals? And, I mean, bad people getting ate by Nazi cannibals? Who's the worst? This is the box set, as you can tell, Second Sight release of Frontiers. Oh my God, we got more. Okay, this is overwhelming. Not gonna lie to you. A good friend of mine who I'm blessed to know, and he does my editing of my videos. Teddy Badstreet, phenomenal person. If you need any work whatsoever done, editing, film, his work speaks for itself.
Push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache.
This was a film he recommended to me, and let me just tell you, the man knows horror, the man knows music. He's fantastic.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Now that I've gotten done kissing Teddy's ass, let me just tell you what this is. This is an Australian film. I think it's Australian. I know it's in Australia, but I'm 99% sure this is an Australian film by Massacre Video called Beaten to Death. Teddy said to me that this was a brutal film to watch. And as somebody who's seen the sadness, films like that, you know those films are brutal. So, stranded in the heart of the Australian outback, following a brutal attack, a man faces desperate fight for survival. Beyond the challenge of the harsh, unforgiving landscape, he encounters a new threat, deranged country psychos. This is going to be good. This is Beaten to Death. You can find this. I believe this came from Grindhouse Video. I have went to watch this 3 times. In fact, I was going to watch it with the wife. This came out not too long ago. This is Companion, the 4K release. So again, Companion, which is pretty cool. The creators of Barbarian, which we need a release of, we need a 4K, did this video. What an old man thing to say. Did this movie, and from what I hear, it is a fantastic movie. The premise of a AI helper, so to speak, an AI partner, and then we know that AI is the devil. So, a clever and darkly satirical thriller. Peter DeBridge from Variety. I like that, all of that, and I want all of that in my life. So, as you can tell, this has been opened. I plan on watching it soon. Carpet matches the drapes. This is Companion. Boy, we're moving along, aren't we? This was an upgrade for me to 4K. I don't really think I need to talk a lot about this. A Scream Factory release of Night of the Creeps. If you have not seen Night of the Creeps, you need to watch it for many reasons. I'm not going to go into them here in depth, but the 4K restoration, I can't wait to see. Again, anything 70s, 80s, if you can make it look good enough to appear in 4K, and I'm not just talking about an HD version of a negative that's still on DVD and type stuff. I'm looking like 4K. I'm all about that. So I plan on watching this soon in 4K. I've seen it quite a few times. This was another Whatnot pickup from Kayla on Whatnot. I went to buy this at Walmart one time, and the only one they had was damaged. So this was a Shudder original. I held off and finally got it on a good deal. Deadstream. And I know some of y'all have actually covered this and talked about this. CHH Horror on YouTube. CHH Planet CHH. Let me just butcher his name a few more times. Does some amazing videos on here as well. I believe he talked about this at one point, maybe not. But this is about a streamer who does a challenge and does one night alone with a haunted house that is supposedly a vengeful spirit exists. And we know how that turns out, don't we? We do. So we have the steelbook of Deadstream. Don't you just love when I forget the title before I'm even done talking? It's quite a hoot. This was a giveaway. Yeah, let's just throw it down because what the hell? This was a giveaway win, and I actually needed this. I did not have this one for many reasons, but this is the steelbook Blu-ray of Terminator Genesis. So we add that steelbook to the collection. This was another pickup. That was a Kayla on Whatnot pickup. If you type in Kayla, you know. I can't remember her full screen name, forgive me. But this is, if you remember Dane Cook, you remember that Dane Cook did a comedy tour called Tourgasm. And one of the comedians that did that, Robert Kelly, fantastic comedian. I've had the blessing to meet him a few times. He was in this. So I picked this up. Dane's funny, but Bob Kelly is hilarious. This is Tourgasm. This is the DVD steelbook. And there is Bob Kelly right there. So again, this is the whole series of all of the shows. It's a good pickup. I think I got it for just a few dollars. So, we're 30 minutes in. What the hell? Why not a rant? This might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and I really want to hold off on this, and I think I will, just because this deserves a video on its own. I bought this as one of the partner titles on Vinegar Syndrome's last sale. Two sales before. And I like the uncomfortable movies. I like the things that make me think. And this is 444, Last Day on Earth. So this is a William Dafoe film. The director of this film, his girlfriend, plays the girlfriend of William Dafoe. William Dafoe is an actor, and I think she's an artist. And they know the world's going to end in like 24 hours at 4:44 a.m. I mean, there it is. This should be good. Okay, this should be good. It's just not. And I'm sure Abel Ferreira is maybe I believe Abel Ferreira either is passed away, rest in peace, or maybe I just killed him by saying I don't. Maybe he's not dead, but this is absolute trash, and I will talk about that another time. Another Vinegar Syndrome pickup of Mother's Day. I'm trying to kind of back myself up with some of these purchases, things that I wanted. So when they go on sale at half price, I pick them up. This is, again, Mother's Day. We're moving. This recently came out as well. We love Nicolas Cage. This is Snake Eyes. This is another 90s thriller movie. Kino Lorber. Nicolas Cage is one bad dude. He's a cop, I believe, and he has to stop things from happening. Gary Sinise, we like these folks. Great actors can make a good premise be just good enough to keep watching. So I believe this, it's been since the 90s since I've watched it, but Snake Eyes, again, 4K, had to pick that up. Oh, these came in as pre-orders. I'm going to show you at the same time here because they deserve their own movie, but we like David Cronenberg. These are the second sight releases of The Brood and Scanners. How nice are these big boxes, y'all? I've been dying to open up some of these, and some of them I did open, but I wanted to wait until I did these videos first. If you have a region-free player, go dive into the selection that Second Sight gives. And keep in mind that these 4Ks are region-free, but the Blu-rays are not. So David Cronenberg, any of his films that you have not seen, watch them. Scanners is great. It's so good. We know the scene from Scanners. If you've seen it, you know which one I'm talking about. The Brood, again, another fantastic Cronenberg movie. I could go into great detail about these, but these I'm so happy to have. Let's kind of dive through a few more here as we go. remember, we do like cannibals, Cannibal Girls. This was a partner release on Vinegar Syndrome's sale 2 months ago, I think it was. I have not seen this yet, but again, this is about folks who get lost and they come into contact with those wacky cannibals, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a legend. I'm just trying to scan to make sure I'm just not making shit up. But yeah, I love the slip on these. The slips, they're good. This is the same company that released this. Canadian International Pictures did Bret Hart's documentary, which I also have up there too. So yeah, got that. You want to talk about classic movies and movies. DeGauser Video does shot on film movies most times, and this is a Mexican I'm gonna get you type movie. 38 Special. Wow, I have been dying to get in and watch this movie because if you just watch the trailer, if you're not sold on this, then it's just not for you. 38 Special, nice colorful slip. This is a Mexican film, and it's good. It's good. We collect all of the Cinematograph releases. This is the last of the Red Hot Lovers. Alan Arkin is in this one. I cannot wait to watch this. I hear it has, I hear it's a pretty good story. So we will see. Oh, good God, we're still doing this. Final Destination. I picked this up at Walmart. It was on sale. I did not have the 5-film collection. I think I like stupid here bought one with 3 of the films, but felt like I didn't need the other 2. So Final Destination, this is the full set until now. They come out with a new one. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Planet CHH on YouTube held me at gunpoint and told me I had to purchase this. No, he really didn't, but he talked about this, and the way he talked about it, I felt like I had to have it. This film is directed by, excuse me, I almost said Wes Craven, Robert Englund, 976 Evil. This was an eBay purchase. To be honest, the way this film is talked about, it really seems like a good movie. Feels like a film that a lot of people have slept on. I remember seeing this film in my video store when I was young, and my grandmother would pull me away and tell me it was the devil. But nonetheless, I always wanted to watch it. And again, 976 Evil. The US version is out of print, but you can still get this one if you have a region-free player. This is the Eureka release. Another recent pickup, and again, when you talk about great actors, when you talk about movies that have just classic actors in it that really remind you of the 90s, The Long Kiss Goodnight, 4K by Arrow. This is a Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson film. Again, these are movies I've seen in the 90s. I'm so happy to have. Can't wait to watch this. Arrow release. I will open this up and talk about it more at a time. We're just kind of getting through things here. This, again, was just a new release, and I'm not going to get into great details on this, but you know it, we know it. Marlon Brando in The Last Tango in Paris. And look at that artwork, right? What a classic, very controversial film for its time. Comes with the booklet, which research the film. If you don't know what it is, just know, seeing what I can show you here. It is legendary. There are 2 different releases of this. I think they're the same release, but just different artwork. Thank goodness MGM Pictures and Paramount and all these places will let us have these films, right? Going back to the Cinematograph line, of all the films you could have told me they were going to release on Cinematograph, I would have not thought this one. Wesley Snipes in Drop Zone. I was just a fiend for Wesley Snipes as a kid. Loved every movie he was in. Passenger 57 changed my life. Put it on a t-shirt. We have Drop Zone. Can't wait to dig into this. This is spine number 017, 1170 out of 5,000. Can't wait to see it. It's been years since I've seen that. I also got The Nesting. Vinegar Syndrome did a really good talk about this. They did a trailer. The Nesting, about an author who goes to a house to try to get her wits in order, try to get her life together. Lord knows, I think I need to go to that house. And unfortunately, there are haunted people, as haunted people will do. They torment her. So, The Nesting. I cannot show you this one, so we'll just take the box off. Can I show you that? I can show you that. Again, when we talk about films that, this is just one of those films that I have not had the chance to look at, and I feel terrible about that because Lucio Fulci did it. This is Murder Rock. Just know that the cover on this film, apparently this young lady is getting stabbed in the breast, so we can't show that. But it comes with the, I believe it does come with a poster. Again, Vinegar Syndrome went all out on these. I'm so happy to see Lucio Fulci's work getting shared with others who have not seen it, and me neither. I haven't seen that yet, so can't wait to watch it. A Twice Love on Whatnot. Follow them, watch them. I did not pick this up when it came out in Walmart, so I picked it up from them. This is Oliver Stone's Platoon Steelbook. This is a 4K. Platoon, classic film. Glad to have it. Okay, let's just dig in here a little deeper. Yeah, you know what? I had this on DVD. I found a really good deal on this on Blu-ray, and this is hard to find still, but the prices have come down tremendously. I finally picked up Sling Blade on Blu-ray. Sling Blade on Blu-ray. Sling Blade, Billy Bob Thornton's my favorite movie of his. Dwight Yoakam. I want Dwight Yoakam to call me a tuning son of a bitch.
You tuning son of a bitch!
It's just so good. Great. I also picked up Raw Nerve. There's Raw Nerve. Again, another release that, to be quite honest with you, I overlooked. But so many people told me that this was a great film. Did you lie to me? This has Jan Michael Vincent in it. If you know who he is, you know. This is Raw Nerve. I don't remember when I picked this up. Oh, I'll put that there. I liked this movie, and this is I think Via Vision did this here. I think, hold on. Yeah, Via Vision. This is the lenticular Blu-ray release with art cards of Escape Room. I don't know if you can see that. That is lenticular. I thought this was awesome. I really did, and I enjoyed the original Escape Room. The second, we don't talk about it, but I thought this was clever. I thought it was great, and when this came out, I felt like I needed this big box set. So we got that. I don't know why my wife doesn't leave me. So this was the 4K. I didn't have this film. Same reaction. I didn't know. When the 4K came out, had to grab it. Seniority House Massacre. This was the Shout Factory release. Moving right along. I got this for like $7 on Whatnot. And forgive me, I don't remember the seller I bought this from. This was the... I didn't know anything about these types of releases from Fun City until JeffMan316 turned me on to this. This is the Coca-Cola Kid. And these are good. These are good. When I find boutique releases that I didn't know anything about it, Fun City Entertainment, apparently, they have gotten the license to release some of these films that I wouldn't have thought it, but they're so good. So if you haven't checked out Fun City Entertainment, do it. The Coca-Cola Kid with Slip. This is a Blu-ray, of course. And we're going to wrap up here as we finish up a TerrorVision release, and these are both TerrorVision releases. The first one is the classic legendary Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter. Yes. This comes with everything. This comes with the booklet. This comes with the movie. It is still sealed. Obviously, a reporter who is trying to uncover some business going on, some nasty doings, falls into a just happens to be there, a radioactive pit. And of course, this is such cheese, but it's so good. I also picked up Devils because this is a film, overseas film, I think it's Japanese if I'm not mistaken, where a serial murderer changes bodies, kind of like Face Off in a way, with the cop who's chasing him down. This is Devils, another TerrorVision release. Support these groups who are doing these fantastic releases. We're wrapping up, folks, I promise. I did not have this in my collection either. You'll notice at Walmart they have some of the new slipcovers. This is Mars Attacks. Glad to have it on Blu-ray. This deserves its own video, but here we are at the end of 45 minutes because I don't have my life together. A 6-disc, fantastic grindhouse release of Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. And y'all have seen this. Like, this is so good. It came with an eyeball somewhere. I don't know what I did with the eyeball, but it's here somewhere. It's probably somewhere lurking in the background. Y'all might see it. But if you have not picked this up, I know you still can get this in some places. The Beyond is some of Lucio Fulci's greatest work. We have it. And wrapping up, these are the last two. These were Orbit pickups. I did pick up the grindhouse releasing of Death Game, where they basically torture a gentleman. This is good. So if you have not seen Death Game, again, for all the reasons why I've talked about in this whole this whole video, get it. And last, if you know of this movie, you know exactly what it is and why it's so great. This is the box set release from Umbrella of Hardware. My goodness, 833 out of 2,500 made. Look at that. It's amazing. Hardware. Umbrella is an Australian company, so obviously I have not looked. I know the 4K is just region free, but I've noticed that a lot of even the region Bs will play in my Blu-ray player, even the one that's not region free. So check, I'm not saying buy them and test it out, but check yours. You never know. So that is all, 46 minutes in. Thank you so much for y'all who just decided to play this in the background while you did more important things. Again, my name is Adam with Hyposphere Media, and thank you so much for watching these. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic day. Remember, go consume some media, go watch some media, go buy some media, but just have fun and have a wonderful day.